ahead and get started. Trying to hit our precise Swiss timing of 11 a.m. I would be remiss, and my annual performance review would be degraded if I let it start later. My name is Tom Aniello. I'm Vice President of Marketing for Pilatus Aircraft, and this is about all you're going to hear me speak today. This morning, we'd like to give you an update on three big things with Pilatus Aircraft. First and foremost, state of the company. I know not many of you get to Stahn, Switzerland very often. If you did, you would be amazed at the growth of the factory as we ramp up for production on both our civilian and aircraft and our military fighters. So we will talk about what's going on at the factory and the expansion and the investment we've made in our facilities and our people. We'll give you a detailed update on the status of the PC-24 Super Versatile Jet program and how it's coming along. We'll also give you an update on what's happening with the PC-12. Don't forget about that airplane, because we certainly pay attention to it in the marketplace every day. And after that, we've got plenty of time, I think, left over to answer any questions you have. I don't think there's anybody in here after us, so if we need to go a little bit longer, we will do that. I would am pleased to introduce Pilatus' Chief Executive Officer, Marcus Bueter.
Thank you very much, Tom. What performance were you actually talking about? Good morning, everybody. It's a great pleasure for me to provide you with a few updates on what's happening at Pilatus. Maybe before I go on to the more interesting stuff as far as you're concerned on the general aviation bit, in the company we're currently very busy as well on the military side. We have got 4 parallel programs ongoing. The biggest of it currently is the delivery of the PC-21 to the Australian Air Force, a very demanding customer and a very long customer of Pilatus, also delivering airplanes to Jordan right now in parallel, and to customers in the UK. So we are currently very, very busy on the military front with the good prospects on that side as well. So for the next couple of years, I can reassure you, Pilatus is fully occupied. We are busy with many, many programs, and particularly the PC-24 and the PC-12 we'll talk about a little bit in more detail. Starting with the PC-24, the following message we would like to give you. So I guess that summarizes very. I'd like to repeat that we are at the very end of the development program. In the next coming weeks, as of this week actually, we have the last review from EASA on the aeroplane to fly the aircraft, and from there onwards, we're actually in the final phases of the certification and the development project. So we are on track. We always said that we will certify the PC-24 in 2017, and obviously depending upon the goodwill and the hard work of EASA and supported by FAA, we'll achieve that goal this year. We have most of the development testing completed, and actually, as we just mentioned before, we also intend to hand over the first PC-24 to the customer by the end of this year. We show you some pictures of it. Maybe here some of the ideas of what we have done on achieved on the development program, ice testing performance, and obviously major projects that have been undertaken. We have done flight testing all over the world. Most of it has been conducted in Spain, some of it obviously in Switzerland, not so much though because of restriction on airspace, and also a lot of development has been conducted in the States. Those just to give you a few pictures, hot weather trials, for example, with thirsty pilots, and communication equipment testing. So I think one has seen the PC-24 quite a bit in the area here in America, as I said, in Spain in particular, but also in Switzerland. Those are our achieved flying hours. So we have to date achieved more than 2,000 flying hours. There's a couple of hundred hours to go. Location at the moment, PO1, our first prototype, stands Spain and Dresden, that's in Germany. PO2 is currently here on show. The reason for that is that PO3, which is basically the certification model, has to go F&R in the next 6 weeks in order to complete functionality, reliability, and performance for 150 hours before the end of this year, to make sure that this is conducted and finalized before the certification will take place. Flight test, what is currently ongoing is PO1, who actually has done all that was required for certification. We use that aircraft now already, started the program for post-certification activities. Basically, we start developing options to that aeroplane in order to serve our clients in an even better way. As you can imagine, after you have the first aircraft offered and handed over to the customer, there's a lot of requirements, a lot of demands from future customers on what options they would like to get. I think the most demanding and the most one always frequently come up is the IFE and the improvements to your entertainment on board. PO2 has completed flight test as well and is involved in post-certification activities. That's the aeroplane that we have here on show, indoor. That's quite a bit of an exercise to get that aircraft inside, but I think all our experts have done a marvelous job, and you will see the aircraft here at the show on the indoor stand. PO3, as I said, will do function and reliability campaign, and just after the EASA final review that is ongoing this week. So all of that will be completed within the next coming weeks to be ready to get to receive type certificate before the end of this year. Here just a few major development projects that we have achieved on the program over the past sort of more than 2 years on the flight test. Almost everything has been completed and achieved to our expectation, and you can expect that the performance and what we have promised to our customers we will meet or exceed. Series production, a very important element. I will bring it on later on. Beautiful hangar in Switzerland. We build aircraft not in steel construction hangars. We build aeroplanes in wooden hangars with many of the advantages, but we have started the assembly of the first aeroplanes that will be handed over to our clients very, very soon. So all of that, all the ramp up and all the headache you have going into series production on a new project, mostly behind us, and it's actually towards delivery of the first aircraft. That's just the second job, the first number of aircraft on the assembly line. That picture is about 3 weeks old. That is an aeroplane which will go to our first customer, and that is Planes Ends. We have communicated that. Handover of that aircraft is planned prior to the end of this year. That is a picture of the wing mating that we took back in July of this year. So the aircraft at the moment is undergoing integration of system and then obviously intense testing before we commence flight testing and the integration, installation of the interior and the handover to the customer. That's something which is currently planning. More obviously than just the aeroplane, it's important that we also have the training ready. The simulator is ready for type certificate as well, together with the aeroplane. Interim level C will be ready at the time of receiving type certificate. We have an excellent working relationship established over the past couple of years with flight safety, not only on the 24 but also on the DC-12. And I think the team here has done a marvelous job to make sure that the training machine is ready when the aircraft is ready, so that we can actually train the pilot and technicians in future just in time. So the partnership with flight safety lasts for many years and will actually continue to do so in the future. What also is on top for Pilatus completely new is 24/7 365 We are operational since September 4th. We provide customer support services for 24 hours between Switzerland and obviously our subsidiary in Denver, Colorado. So between the two organizations, there is 24 hours somebody picking up the phone to answer questions technically and provide parts. Our goal is that we will be first-class customer service to be provided with the PC-24 by the time we end the service of that airplane. So all the necessary steps have been taken. We are ready to go. The program is looking positive. A hell of a lot has been achieved over the past 2 years, and a lot of people have contributed to that program. Not least to mention our strongest and main two partners, Honeywell, and also Williams on the engine side, Honeywell on the for the avionics. Great job done on time. So we are looking forward to now serve our clients with a brand new aeroplane as of the end of this year. An update on the PC-12, latest information. I always had a bit of difficulty with that paint scheme. It's very unique, but the longer that I look at it, the more I start to like it. The messages are the following. So that is a picture that has been taken. That's Mount Pilatus. That's just nearby where the factory is. This summer on the 30th of June, we were able to deliver the 1500 PC-12 to the Royal Flying Doctors of Australia, and that just actually is one of the many milestones which we have achieved on the PC-12. 1500 aircraft out in the field, 1500 aeroplanes that also carry Pratt & Whitney engine, most reliable engine in this class. We have achieved 6.5 million flying hours, reliable flying hours on that product, and a partnership also with Honeywell, who is on board of that aeroplane since serial number 001 or 101 as we call it. 1500 aircraft flying with Pratt & Whitney, flying with Honeywell. That is the partnership that Pilatus is very proud of and will continue in order to remain at every intention number one and the market leader in that segment as well. So that is a message that we would like to carry over. Very important, being number one for the 16th consecutive time on the full pilot survey. Although I also have to say that only very few clients are going to report and respond to that survey, it is an important achievement that we have had over the past 16 years. Owners enjoy the market-leading value retention. I think the PC-12, it's a problem to us sometimes as well. The residual value of this aeroplane is extremely high, with the depreciation of anything between 1.5 to 2% per annum. So if you're considering buying a car, forget it, buy an aeroplane of Pilatus and have more value. Planned deliveries, this year we plan to deliver 85 aeroplanes. We have delivered 91 last year. Great customer base that we have got. No big fleet sales, a lot of individual sales, very solid. A bit more than 50% in America and 45% rest of the world. We have good coverage and good responses in Europe. We also deliver aeroplanes again to Russia. We have delivered a number of aircraft to China, a difficult but a great potential future market that we believe. South America, as everybody else knows, it's a tough market, but it's getting better. And Africa, so the footprint of PC-12 delivered to the world is excellent. We're very happy, and we are working further to make sure that we have an equal spread of our fleet going throughout the world. I've showed that before on the PC-12, number one. We're looking forward to copy that, paste it into the PC-24 will take a little while until we have a number of aeroplanes in the market, but that is certainly excellent news. For us, it's excellent news for the clients, and it's excellent news for the relationship and the proof, testimonial, that the model Pilatus, via the distributors, these authorized partners of ours, to the end user is working very, very well. Most of our partnerships on the PC-12 are more than 20 years old. They last since day one we launched the PC-12. And here I also would like to say how proud Pilatus as a company is of this relationship with all these distributors in the area. Excellent story. Highest resale value, I mentioned that just now. We had highest numbers achieved in this year on the Winston report that is being issued every year, 1.62%, as I just mentioned before. And that's a slide very important. I would like to bring that out. We have any intention to remain the market leader in the world greatest single Pilatus PC-12. There's only one original, that's the PC-12. It has been delivered and sold 1,500 times. Many more go out this year, many more go out into the future. A few things I would also like to bring to your attention is that is the product itself. Talked about the Pilatus in the military field. We roughly about 50% on average, 10-year average, 50% is military market, 50% is general aviation market, very solid, very healthy, completely different fields. The company therefore very, very stable, and one statement I would like to make is that as a management of this organization, we are extremely proud that we haven't laid off people in 26 years. So that is Pilatus, that is Swiss, and that is something we are proud of, to make sure that our workforce stay with us for a lifelong. Our facility in Stans, that's just a picture here in Switzerland, has changed considerably over the past many years. We have roughly 2/3 of our available floor space in Switzerland. 2/3 is less than 7 years old. So we have not only developed a new aeroplane, not only introduced Model 16 PC-12 to the market, but we've also actually rebuilt our factory and continue to do so in order to make sure that we can manufacture, design, develop, manufacture, build, and deliver aircraft in very modern facilities, also with innovation in machining, auto robotics, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of investment that has gone on. We're still very small and flexible, therefore we have roughly 2,200 people by the end of this year, and that's actually quite efficient if you consider we generate $1 billion turnover with something a little more than 2,000 people. So that's quite an achievement, to be proud of that. The group revenue will hit a bit more than $1 billion. This year we will actually go and grow into the future by taking on the PC-24. Solid government programs, long-lasting projects. Currently we have roughly 2 years of order backlog, and that's a significant number for a company like Pilatus. So more than 2 years of order backlog that we have got, and a very nice spread between general aviation and government that will now point a little bit towards more general aviation as we go into the delivery of the PC-24. Aircraft deliveries, currently roughly 120 aeroplanes in 2017. We will ramp up to something like 120 to 160 aircraft per annum on average. That simply takes the PC-24 in addition. And obviously for that we had to get geared up. We've built new facilities that I just showed you. That blue building you see in the middle is a new, completely new service leading facility, roughly 700,000 square feet of space, 2 million parts that are getting painted in that new facility in the most efficient and modern way. 11 new paint booths that we have established and built in order to deliver the PC-12 and the PC-24 to the best, highest quality standard of painting. Final assembly hall on the very back, also being taken into service by mid of this year. So I think that's the footprint. It has changed. Everything that you see here red has been built over the past sort of 3 years. That to give you an insight into the assembly hall that we've just populated. That's about 3 weeks old, that picture as well. Pilatus is concerned about building environmental friendly most of our hangars are built in wood. We have got, in addition, the electricity, about 15% of all the electricity that we need is generated via photovoltaic that we actually produce at home as well. So, looking after the environment is an important element. Pilatus is 14,001 certified for almost 20 years, and we have an intention to keep it that way. A picture of that new paint booth that is just being taken into possession and taken to operation a couple of weeks ago. So every EC24 will be delivered to our client, will have the latest and greatest paint technology on board, supporting so that we could actually also improve on the overall quality of the finish. An element that is important to us as well is, while we have been crafted, while it is a lot of Swiss innovation, Switzerland being the most innovative country in the world, just being ranked again #1, but obviously not enough. 1/3 of our business is being conducted in the US. We are investing in America. More than 50% of all goods sold is US content, of everything that Pilatus is selling around the world. So net, it's a better deal for America than it is for Switzerland. That's our facility in Denver, Colorado. We've also decided that we want to invest into our facility, make sure that our team at Billboard in Denver can work in a much more efficient way, moving out of all these individual hangars. It's a great facility, about 120,000 square feet, 30 million investment. So that will be the home of roughly 150 people to completion at this point in time in the US. But we also have started an apprenticeship program, something that we have successfully established for many, many years in Switzerland, and we now want to bring to the States as well. So we take young people, train them on the job, make sure that they do not have to leave university with $150,000 US worth of debt, but they start a career and earn money from day one. So something that we will copy from Switzerland, bring over to the States, and hopefully can grow that. These pictures just being taken a couple of days ago. We will be able to take possession of that building by mid-2018, just about right, when EC24 is in full swing. And actually, we are planning on the inauguration party, and we'll have many of you invited there as well. So it looks a bit chaotic. I've seen the site just this week. It looks great, good quality, and an excellent new home for 150 people who work in the most efficient manner. So that brings me to the questions and answers, if you may have.